Have you ever had a woman leave you only to come crawling back months later, acting all nostalgic, asking, "Hey, how have you been?" Let me tell you something, that's not random curiosity. That's regret. There's a particular kind of man who leaves such a deep impression that women kick themselves for letting him go. If you've ever wondered whether you're that type of guy, stick around. Because I'm about to break down the 4 unmistakable signs that you're the kind of man women wish they had kept. I'm not talking about the surface level traits here. I'm diving deep into the behaviors, mindset, and qualities that make a woman wake up one day and think, "Damn, I really messed up letting him go." By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where you stand, and if these signs resonate with you, congratulations, you've achieved something rare. You've become irreplaceable. Let's jump right into sign number 1. You elevate her life, not just exist in it. Most guys simply occupy space in a woman's life. They show up for dates, they text good morning, they fulfill the basic boyfriend requirements. But you're different. You challenge her. You expand her worldview. You push her to become more, do more, and expect more from life. When a woman has experienced a relationship with a man who elevated her existence, his absence creates a void that becomes painfully obvious. She either finds herself stuck or worse, declining without your influence, and that's when the regret starts creeping in. How do you know if you were this kind of man? First, she started improving herself because of you. Maybe she began hitting the gym more consistently, picked up reading, developed new interests, or even started dressing better during your relationship. That wasn't coincidental, that was your influence. Second, you gave her standards and now she's struggling to meet someone who measures up. You were a leader with direction and she naturally followed because she trusted your vision. Now she's probably dating some safe, agreeable guy who never challenges her and she's bored out of her mind. She remembers how you pushed her, made her think differently, made her feel alive. Third, you helped her see the world through a different lens. You weren't just her boyfriend, you were her guide to new experiences, ideas, and perspectives. And here's the thing about expanded awareness, you can't unsee what you've been shown. Every new guy she meets feels basic in comparison because they don't open her mind the way you did. A woman may physically move on from you, but if you truly elevated her life, she'll never be able to replace what you gave her. Finding another man who pushes her, inspires her, and makes her better isn't easy, and deep down she knows it. Sign number 2, you were her safe space, but you didn't beg to stay. This is a powerful combination that few men achieve. You created an environment where she felt emotionally secure, she could be vulnerable, express her fears, share her dreams, and show her authentic self without judgment. But here's the crucial part, when the relationship ended, you didn't plead, chase, or try to manipulate her into staying. You simply let her go. This paradoxical mix of providing security without dependency is what makes women look back and question their decision to leave. Because a man who makes a woman feel emotionally safe without being emotionally dependent is extraordinarily rare. How do you recognize if you embodied this quality? First, she felt completely comfortable being herself around you. Most women put up fronts, play games, and keep their guard up with men. But with you, she dropped the act. She showed you her unfiltered self, the good, the bad, the messy parts that she hides from the world. Once a woman experiences that level of emotional freedom with a man, she never truly forgets it. Second, you were strong enough to handle her emotions without being overwhelmed by them. Most men react to a woman's emotions in one of 2 problematic ways. They either shut down completely, getting defensive or dismissive when she expresses feelings, or they break down themselves, taking everything personally and becoming emotionally reactive. You, however, knew how to navigate her emotional storms without losing your center. You could listen, support, and validate without being swept away or becoming defensive. Third, you were her safe space, but you weren't her doormat. Many men confuse being emotionally supportive with being a pushover. They think listening means agreeing with everything she says and letting her walk all over them. That's not what you did. You provided safety while maintaining boundaries. You were kind but not weak, understanding but not spineless. When a woman knows she can be her authentic self with you and knows you're not afraid to call her out when necessary, she develops a profound respect for you. And it's that respect, combined with emotional safety, that makes her regret losing you. Because most men either ignore a woman's emotions completely or get so emotionally entangled that they lose her respect. You found the balance, and that balance is nearly impossible to replace. Sign number 3, you had your own life and purpose. She was part of it, not the center of it. This is where most men go wrong. They make a woman their entire world when they get into a relationship. They drop their ambitions, cancel plans with friends, and reorganize their entire existence around her. Initially, she might enjoy the attention and feel flattered by being prioritized. But eventually, she loses respect. Women deeply regret losing men who had a universe of their own and simply invited her into it. You had a mission, a direction, a passion that existed before her and would continue after her. She was important, yes, but she wasn't your purpose. And when she left, she expected you to crumble. But instead, you kept moving forward. That's when the regret really hit her. How do you know if you were this type of man? First, you never stopped chasing your goals even while dating her. Many men put their ambitions on pause when they enter a relationship, thinking that showing dedication to a woman means putting everything else on hold. You didn't make this mistake. You continued building your career, pursuing your passions, and working toward your vision. And surprisingly, she respected you more for it. Because here's a truth that most men miss. Deep down, women don't want a man who prioritizes her over his life's purpose. They want a man who's so focused on his mission that she has to earn a place in it. Second, you maintained your own hobbies, interests, and social circle with or without her. You didn't ditch your friends the moment you started dating. You didn't abandon activities you loved. You had parts of your life that didn't include her, and that created healthy space in the relationship. She wasn't dating just a boyfriend, she was dating a man with a full, thriving life of his own. Third, you didn't crumble after the breakup, you leveled up. Most men fall apart when a relationship ends. They start sending desperate texts, begging for another chance, neglecting their health, and drowning in self-pity. But you did the opposite. You went harder at the gym, focused more intensely on your career, picked up new skills, and generally emerged from the breakup looking better and living better than before. She noticed. Trust me, she expected you to be like every other guy, sad, struggling, waiting for her to return. Instead, you became even more desirable in her absence. And that's when regret hit her like a ton of bricks. The fundamental difference is this: most men make women their mission. You made your life the mission. Women might think they want a guy who makes them the center of his universe, but they truly respect and ultimately regret losing a man who has his own universe and invites her into it. Sign number 4, you gave her the right kind of emotional highs. You mastered emotional chemistry. You kept things exciting and unpredictable in all the right ways. You made her feel truly alive, and once she left, she struggled to find that same intensity with anyone else. This isn't about being toxic or playing mind games. It's about understanding the emotional dynamics that create deep attraction. You knew when to be intensely present and when to pull back slightly. You knew how to create anticipation, how to keep things fresh, and how to avoid the relationship becoming stale or predictable. Most guys make the mistake of being too available, too consistent, too predictable, thinking that's what builds a stable relationship. But while stability is important, so is emotional stimulation. You provided both. How do you know if you embodied this quality? First, you weren't afraid to challenge her, and that excited her. Most men try to be as agreeable as possible, nodding along to everything a woman says, never questioning her opinions or decisions. You made her think. You engaged in passionate debates. You pushed back when it mattered. And despite what many men believe, women don't respect men who let them walk all over them. They respect men who are strong enough to challenge them in a way that's respectful but assertive. Second, you made her work for your attention without playing games. The psychology of attraction is simple. The more effort someone invests in you, the more valuable you become in their mind. Most guys make the mistake of giving too much attention too soon with no effort required on the woman's part. When attention comes too easily, it loses value. You, on the other hand, made her feel special but didn't hand out your attention like candy. If she earned it, you gave her your full presence. If she slacked, you didn't chase. If she tested you, you passed by standing your ground. So be yourself and subscribe for more content.